It's now been 10 days since I went from controller to keyboard and mouse in Fortnite. I made a video about this before. It was a very short and more of a ramble video. I was just very excited to upload something, so I had to record like anything at all. I don't know if y'all can understand that feeling of like excitement about getting something done. But yeah, I've decided I want to get good at keyboard and mouse. I want to be able to compete in a cash cup eventually actually, and maybe even earn some money. This will take a long time, I'm aware of this, and I want you to be a part of this journey. I think we all know that Fortnite has about 5 main mechanics: movement, building, editing, aiming, and awareness/game sense. So going forward, I will try to see where I am with these mechanics and how I can improve them in the future. I mostly put worth into builds and editing as one combined mechanic for me, and aiming. So during my first 10 days, I didn't do much to improve my movement or game sense at all. I see that now, as I'm reviewing everything for my video. Though as I played, I learned some important things about movement, and of course, I also improved naturally with my game sense. So how did switching from controller to keyboard and mouse go? As I mentioned in my first Fortnite related video, I started completely lost. I missed basically every shot, I could barely build 90s and always pressed the wrong buttons. I was always very slow and always accidentally drank minis or something. Maybe I reloaded my gun or ate a darn fish. I died a lot because of eating fishes in front of my enemies. It was very embarrassing. But the more I played, I obviously started to get the hang of things. After 6 days, I even found keybinds I was very satisfied with, and I definitely want to keep on going forward with them. Having found these keybinds made things a lot easier for me, because now my mind can just focus on getting used to these, and I don't have to think about how I can improve and how I can improve my keybinds and make them better. I'm just sticking to what I have right now. I'm very happy with it. I also bought a spacey mousepad now, and an actual 75% gaming keyboard and a Razer mouse too after the first 5 days. I honestly played on an office keyboard and a gaming mouse from my brother that I stole like 10 years ago. Pretty crazy. The new mouse I bought makes pressing the mouse buttons feel seamless. It's a lot more natural than before. It's also bigger and therefore feels better to hold in my hands. Overall, I'm really happy with my setup right now. I enjoy the clacking my keyboard makes. It's pretty cool. It sounds like your average gaming keyboard. It's satisfying. So back to my progress. Soon I noticed my pace changing. I could build a bit faster and messed up less. Sometimes I can even hit the double edits too now. That was basically impossible at the start, especially since I always accidentally turbo build my roofs, so I guess I improved my rhythm in that regard. It was very hard for me. I had to pause and think about building my stairs before I pressed my Q button for the roof again, because I would always do that. I would always somehow mess up pressing the mouse button for my stairs and ended up just being on the roof again. I was way too fast on my left hand. I guess it's maybe because I'm left-handed, but I got the hang of it, so it's all good now. There are many things that I still need to implement in my games, however. I often don't immediately build or take cover after going for a shot. That's basically one of the first things you learn, and I still don't really do this. And I still openly swing other people's boxes like it's no one's business. This is pretty stupid. But I guess I get very impatient when I crack someone and want to finish them. Awareness is the first step to recovery. I also don't shoot enough. I often find myself watching enemies as they move around instead of shooting them. I'm not sure why I hesitate like this. Whenever I notice myself doing this again, I tell myself to just shoot. Maybe I just have top-tier trigger discipline or something. Sadly, it doesn't help much in this case. My aim is much better though compared to day 1. I actually hit a lot of my shots now. There is still much to be desired, but again, way better than day 1. Besides the usual aim labs inspired training, I also found this map where you can pretend box fight bots, and I found this extremely cool. I like to think it helped me do a better job. It's nice to practice breathing and shooting in this mode. I noticed that I tend to hold my breath in tense situations. Man, I definitely need to relax. Like, it's just Fortnite. What's the big deal? I like to practice using my shotgun here because I often got very frustrated when I missed my shotgun shots. And I missed them a lot. Here are some clips of me during my first day of trying these aim courses out. I didn't do this every day. Honestly, I completely forgot about them as I was having way too much fun in this realistic 2v2 map I found. I grinded this for 2 days and it is everything I want in a creative experience. It's not an awkward 1v1 where someone instantly leaves because, I don't know, maybe you're too bad for them or that you've humbled them or something. I also just believe the more the merrier. I love duo team fights. It's a lot of fun for me. Sometimes you can even get lucky and hold conversations with your teammate or the other team at the end of the fight. What's really cool though is that sometimes people leave and you can practice getting into a 2v1 situation. I often had it happen that my teammate would leave, or maybe the enemy's teammate would leave, and then we ended up in 2v1 situations, and that was very cool. Of course, sometimes I spared the enemy and I would wait for my teammate to go for them, but when it happened to me and I was the one who was all alone, it was perfect to practice 2v1s. So I really like that. Especially because winning those feels super awesome. And in this map that I found, you can buy XP, and that's a lovely plus as well. What I like about this realistic 2v2 map as well is that one team defends and the other pushes, and that's kind of shown very clearly. Like, one team is on the ground and the other one gets pushed into the first one. It makes you instantly engage in combat, and that feels very productive mechanics-wise. It feels like good practice, and I think maybe KnM was the first to create something like this in creative, so that's really cool. I love KnM. I watch a lot of his videos. I still need to get back to those aim courses, however. During this time, I also played some Zero Build with my brother, because he's having lots of fun with that. That's actually when I noticed my movement being so laggy. My brother is definitely a step or two ahead of me in that regard. I also noticed myself challenging multiple enemies at once. I try to prevent this now. I try not to peek or engage with multiple enemies in an open field. I know this is super self-explanatory and, like, obviously you shouldn't do this, but I really just didn't think until I died. That's when I went, oh, maybe that wasn't so smart. But jumping back to the builds thing, for this early time of playing on keyboard and mouse, I will not practice any particular piece controls, high ground retakes, or any fancy wall steals and whatnot. I will wait with learning more drills until I am fully confident with my keybinds and don't accidentally press other things all the time. That feels more productive to me. I'll practice the handful of tricks I got up my sleeve currently, slow, and then with time it will naturally become faster. This is my goal for the future. So what I will do is I'll be hopping onto more 2v2 matches, because I love those. Zero Build isn't so much fun for me, because I die a lot, but maybe that means I should play it more. Honestly, what do you guys think? I'm totally lost there. I'm also considering Zone Wars again to better my box fighting and reaction time in stressful or loaded situations. But I haven't found a Zone Wars map I like just yet. I kinda missed the maps we had in 2020, to be honest. I had many favorites I remember playing. Anyway, that's where I am right now, and I am enjoying this. So I hope you're enjoying watching this too, and if so, let me know with a like and a comment, and I hope to see you all soon. I missed this one. No, it's my baby. Hi, Guffy. Yes, take the fishy. Yeah. That's a good kitty.